Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is George, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to make 20 cents on every dollar that you spend on advertising. So if you're an e-commerce business owner and you're struggling to figure out how to get people to visit your store, how to get more traffic to your store, how to get more customers, then you might want to consider what I'm about to talk in this video, because what I found through 4 years of doing e-commerce is that e-commerce really comes down to numbers, right? So it's a numbers game, as they say. And what this basically means is that it's like a funnel, right? And every step of the funnel has its own number. Now, the numbers can either work or they can not work, right? And if the numbers work, you are either breaking even or you're profitable. And if the numbers don't work, well, then you're losing money, right? So let's talk about these numbers, and let me actually show you how the calculation works to make 20 cents on every dollar. All right, so here we have it, how to make 20 cents on every $1 you spend on ads. The first number we want to consider is CPM. So CPM is how much you are paying to show your ads to 1,000 people. The second number that is important here is something which is called CR. This is an abbreviation for a conversion rate. And you can see right here, it's at 2%. So this means for every 100 visitors that visit my store, 2 of them are going to buy. The next number right here is AOV, or in other words, average order value. So average order value is how much people spend on average in my store. So the way this is calculated is that you take the total revenue, you divide it by the number of orders, and that's going to give you the average order value, right? So in this case, we have an average order value of $60. All right, sounds good. So here is how the math goes. Let's say I'm spending 100 euros on advertising per day, okay? So this means that if my CPM is 4 euros and I'm spending 100, this means I'm showing my ads to 25,000 people, okay? 25,000 impressions. Now, let's assume, right here, I didn't actually write it, but let me get this. Let's say that my CTR, this is another very important metric. Let's say that my CTR is, if I can do this, 1%, okay? CTR is click-through rate, right? So I've shown my ad to 25,000 people, and 1% of those 25 people actually clicked on my ad, okay? This means that I got 250 clicks or visitors to my store, okay? Now, assuming that we have a 2% conversion rate, this means that we are going to get 5 purchases out of those 250 visitors. Now, assuming that we have an average order value of $60, this means that those 5 purchases are going to be roughly $300 in revenue, okay? Let's say that our gross profit margin is 47, I actually didn't write percent here, but let's say it's 47%. 47% is equals to $141. So out of this 300 revenue, right, I need to pay for cost of goods sold. So I actually need to pay money to get this product to the customer. So my gross profit margin after paying cost of goods sold and all the other like transaction fees is going to equal to $141. Now, $141, that's my gross margin, right? This gross margin doesn't take into account my ad spend. So 100 euros minus $141 equals roughly 20 in net profit, right? Or whatever, $20 in net profit. I put 10 to 20 because this can fluctuate, right? So roughly, if I'm getting all of these numbers right here, right? If I'm getting a 4 euro CPM, if I'm getting a 2% conversion rate, if I'm getting an average order value of $60, right? If I'm spending 100 on ads, if I'm getting a 1% conversion rate, right? if I'm getting all of these numbers correct, then I should be getting 20 cents on every dollar, or in this case euro, that I spend. Okay? So this is the math behind how to make 20 cents on every dollar, right? So this is what I mean when I say that e-commerce is a numbers game, and it really is. And this is the beauty about it. Like, you can calculate and you can optimize. And by the way, the next step in doing all of this is to actually start optimizing your numbers, right? So the beauty about it is that you can start buying ads and you can start getting an estimate for your numbers. Let's say you're starting to buy ads and you are getting a CTR less than 1%, but then you're also getting your CPMs are less than 4 euros, right? So they're all kind of balancing out. Like, these numbers, this is not something that you should aim for. I mean, this is just an example on how you can make 20% profit. But if your CPM is lower, right, then if you're getting all the other numbers as I showed you, then your profitability is going to be higher, right? Because your ads cost you less. But then if your CPMs are lower and your CTR is lower, right, that means less people are going to click. So this was just a visualization for you and an explanation on how to calculate these numbers, because e-commerce is not some kind of like an unpredictable thing, right? It's really just a numbers game, right? Like, not every person that you show your ads to is going to click, right? And then from those people that do click, not every person is going to buy. And if you know your numbers, and if you aim for specific numbers, and if you're good at optimizing your numbers, right? Okay, so you can say, for example, all right, now I'm getting like these certain numbers and I'm losing, I don't know, 5-10 cents on every dollar that I'm spending. How can we bump that up? Well, how do we improve our CTR on the ads? All right, we've improved that. The next step is, how do we improve our, actually, you should do the ads second. The first thing you want to start with is your website, right? So you want to start with, okay, how do we optimize two things? Average order value and conversion rate, right? How do we capture more emails on our website? This is actually what I'm doing now with this one guy that I'm working with. We are capturing more emails on the store. To those emails that we did capture, we are sending out like email campaigns, right? We are optimizing for average order value, so we're trying to increase that. And then also we are trying to improve the store's conversion rate, right? All of these things are going to improve these numbers, which is going to allow us to spend more money on advertising. And then once we do start spending money on advertising, and let's say, for example, we're breaking even, well, that is already good, because first of all, we can try to improve our ads, right? If we get a better CTR, we can improve our profitability. But then the second thing, even if we're spending money on ads and we are breaking even, we're still golden, because we have those emails, we have those buyers, and if we do a good job of serving those people, they're gonna come back and buy and shop with us again. And for us, that means repeat customer business, and repeat customer business, as you know, is pure profit, because you don't need to spend nearly as much to get those buyers to come back and shop with you again. So this was a quick little video for you to explain the numbers, how it all works. Hopefully this was helpful and you found this valuable. So if you did, make sure to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, like Graham Stephan says. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And on this note, thank you so much for watching this video. Till next time.